Awesome. Welcome back. Thank you. And then Jenny, if you want to go ahead and go.
Hi, I'm Jenny Surjak. I came over from working with Bengals down in Cincinnati, and I am very excited to be here with NASCAR and learning everything I can.
Awesome. Thank you. We're excited to have you. And it looks like Daniel just joined. Daniel, sorry to put you on the spot. We're kind of doing a round robin right now. So if you want to quickly introduce yourself, that would be awesome. And then we'll get going on the presentation.
Hey, this is Daniel Lang. I just started NASCAR in December. I'm happy to be here. I'm the new director of network engineering, and I'm sorry I'm late and having issues. I'm trying to join with my phone. I'm in the parking lot giving blood right now, so it took a little longer than I thought.
No worries, no worries. Thanks for joining. And just a kind of brief overview of what we talked about. I'm Brooke. I'm the HR manager here. We have John and Joy who are also going to be presenting. John's our CHRO, and Joy is our senior director of benefits who will be covering the benefits piece. So without further ado, I'm going to go ahead and get started here. And we're going to kick it off with a quick video celebrating the 75th anniversary of NASCAR. So enjoy.
Racing fans gathered to see a show which has grown faster than any other in America.
There's a fight. Performance by the Silver Fox.
Petty wins his 200. This is the Daytona 500, and
Remember the name. Jeff Gordon Hart is going to win the Daytona 500 using lessons learned from his father. Three-time champion Tony Stewart.
Johnson
Oh,
wins his 7th. Kyle Busch, the champion.
Yes! Oh my God, guys!
all right. And so welcome everyone. This is, like I mentioned before, this is our first live new hire orientation. So bear with us with some technical difficulties at first. So I just want to start with, what is NASCAR and where we're at. So NASCAR is the largest sanctioning body for stock cars with 3 national series, 4 international series, and more. Founded by Bill France in 1947, it is the only privately owned professional sports league still run today and still led by the France family. We just celebrated our 75th anniversary at the Streamline Hotel in Daytona Beach, and we look forward to celebrating more years to come with the sport. Next, today, NASCAR is a global sport with series that race in the United States, Canada, Mexico, Brazil, and Europe, and its races broadcast nearly every country around the world. We're in 6 continents, 26 languages, 190 plus countries covered, and 475 million households. These are some other companies that are owned by NASCAR that support the sport. NASCAR Digital Media is NASCAR.com. You may see as the mobile app, our YouTube channel, our Fantasy League, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and more. NASCAR has the #1 site for digital consumption versus all other major sports. And then another company that we have is NASCAR Productions. It's one of our sport's biggest strategic weapons in promoting and growing the NASCAR audience through content development for television, web, and other media platforms. It houses a library of NASCAR content, and its purpose is to preserve the history and document the sport of NASCAR for future generations. Then we also have Racing Electronics. You may see these as the headsets that are worn by thousands of race fans, and the equipment is used on pit road, in the car, on the spotter stand. Racing Electronics produces and sells most popular motorsports communication equipment available today, and it offers trackside services to ensure race fans are race ready. Next, we have Motor Racing Network, which commonly goes by MRN. It's the primary source for NASCAR stock racing and related radio programming. Our award-winning play-by-play coverage of the NASCAR Cup Series, NASCAR Xfinity Series, and NASCAR Craftsman Truck Series is delivered via satellite to nearly 650 radio stations nationwide. This makes MRN the largest independent sports radio network in America. Then, if you're here in Daytona, you probably have seen One Daytona, or if you are able to come to Daytona Beach at some point in time, this is a great spot for premier retail, dining, and entertainment, and includes 2 hotels and luxury departments and Victory Circle. It is the ideal gathering spot for locals, visitors, and race fans, and also employees receive a 10% discount at any of the shops and restaurants when you show your employee badge. And then last but not least, we have the NASCAR Foundation. It is the leading charity that partners with experts to improve the life and health of children who need it most in the communities of our NASCAR family across the U.S. The NASCAR Foundation funds critical needs expressed by hospitals, specialty clinics, camps, and other charitable organizations that provide support for children's medical and health care initiatives. Since 2006, the NASCAR Foundation has given $32 million to impact more than 1 million children to live happier, healthier lives. Next, we'll move on to our tracks that we race at. Some of them we own and some of them we race at. The Cup Series extends across 10 months of the year with a large on-site audiences averaging over 100,000 per weekend. So, and just to add to this, does anyone know the tracks that we have recently added? Anyone can answer if they know the answer.
Tracks or exhibition races.
Yes, good call, John. No
All
one?
right.
All right.
Any takers?
Any takers? Okay. So we have recently added the Chicago Street Race and the Busch Light Clash at the LA Coliseum. These are really something that we look forward to, especially the return of the Clash at the Coliseum and the Chicago Street Race. The Chicago Street Race will be in July, and we'll start with the LA Clash here soon. So be on the lookout for those. It'll be really cool.
And really quick, the Chicago Street Race is a first of its kind for NASCAR. We've never hosted a street race, so this is huge for the sport. It's a big milestone for our 75th anniversary, and it will take place for 3 years. So it's really going to be something new and a new age for us. So we're really excited about it. And then the Clash is just fun. Like who can say that their sport went to the Olympic Coliseum from back in the day? So that's definitely not something that's traditional to NASCAR. So we're excited about that. But all of that goes into how we want to make sure we're always forward in the sport, how we're growing the brand, how we're reaching new audiences. And in order to do that, you have to do things a little bit differently. So thank you, Brooke.
Thanks, John. Great points to add about the Chicago Street Race and the Clash at the Coliseum. Next we have are the teams that we have for the NASCAR Cup Series. There are 17 full-time teams. Hendrick Motorsports, Joe Gibb Racing, and Stuart Haas Racing all field 4-car teams, the maximum allowed in NASCAR. A NASCAR team is limited to 4 cars in each of the NASCAR National Series. Teams mostly utilize one manufacturer, Chevrolet, Ford, or Toyota, for all of their cars, but have a different car number and different teams that share the same manufacturer often work together in an alliance. A NASCAR owner typically fields one team, but it can compete across all 3 NASCAR National Series. For example, Joe Gibbs Racing has a NASCAR Cup Series operation and a NASCAR Xfinity program. And then some fun facts are that you might see some logos that are missing. Petty GMS just announced that they are no longer Petty GMS, but Legacy MC with Jimmy Johnson. Jimmy Johnson will join Maury Gallagher and Richard Petty as the team owners. And does anyone know we have a couple of other really historic teams that we have. One team is co-owned by an NBA legend, and another is co-owned by a Grammy Award-winning rapper. Does anyone know who might be these people and what the teams are? Any takers?
Chicago.
All right, so 2311 is co-owned by Michael Jordan and Demi Hanlon, who currently races for Joe Gibbs Racing. They made its official debut in 2021 at the Daytona 500. The current drivers for that team are Bubba Wallace and Tyler Reddick. And then the other team is Trackhouse, which is co-owned by Pitbull and Justin Marks, and they also made their debut in 2021 at the Daytona 500. Their current drivers are Ross Chastain and Daniel Suarez. And back to John's point that this is really a huge step for NASCAR to have these other team owners and to really add to how we're building our brand and to how we're building our sport to have these other teams join us. Even a driver that is currently racing in that series to own another team, which was really huge. Next, we have the NASCAR Racing Series. So NASCAR consists of 3 national series. We have the Cup Series, Xfinity Series, and the Craftsman Truck Series. We have 4 regional series, the ARCA Menard Series, ARCA Menard Series East and West, and the NASCAR Whelen Modified Tour, and 1 local grassroots series and 4 international series. Our newest addition to the international series is Brazil, which we have expanded and our international series with this, and it's a great opportunity to be in other countries. And then we also, just a fun fact is that we have, for the first time this year, we have the child actor Frankie Muniz from Malcolm in the Middle. He'll be racing full-time in the ARCA Menard series for a full season. So it's pretty cool when we have celebrities, whether they're other athletes from other sports or they're actors or singers that come in and join the sport. It really just shows how we're growing as a sport and we're attracting all these different people to come and be a part of our company. Next, we have the cars. So the Next Gen car is a collaboration of the brightest engineering minds in racing, with contributions coming from all sides of NASCAR and automotive industries. The design of the car will give drivers greater control while putting an emphasis back on racing strategies, team personnel, and vehicle setups. A goal of implementing the Next Gen car is a healthy, strong sport that remains attractive for new operating equipment manufacturers and teams. The Next Gen car debuted last year in its first points playing race for the NASCAR Cup Series in the season opening Daytona 500 and hit the track for the first time in the LA Clash at the Coliseum. Next, we have IMSA, which is another company of NASCAR. It stands for the International Motorsports Association, which was founded in 1969 and owns a long and rich history in sports car racing. IMSA has 7 other sports car racing series featuring challenge and single make series. IMSA is the exclusive strategic partner in North America with the Automobile Club de l'Ouest, which operates in the 24 Hours of Le Mans as a part of the FIA World Endurance Championship. The partnership enables selected IMSA WeatherTech Sports Car Championship competitors to earn automatic entries into the prestigious 24 Hours of Le Mans. Equally as impressive are the iconic circuits that IMSA's various series travel to throughout the season. Tracks such as Daytona International Speedway, Sebring International Raceway, Watkins Glen International, and Michelin Raceway Road Atlanta host select IMSA events that fans flock to each year. Others include street circuits in Long Beach and Detroit, Mid-Ohio Sports Car Course, Canadian Tire Motorsport Park, Lime Rock Park, Road America, Virginia International Raceway, and WeatherTech Raceway Laguna Seca. For the IMSA Racing Series, there are 8 series under the IMSA umbrella. The most popular one that you've heard of is the Rolex 24 at Daytona, which is part of the Premier Series. And just another fun fact, there actually was a celebrity, you may have heard him go by McDreamy or Derek Shepard, but he actually used to race in the IMSA Racing Series and now owns a team. This would be no one else than Patrick Dempsey. And even though he hasn't raced since 2015, he's become a partner of Dempsey Proton Racing Team. So IMSA is the premier sports car racing platform in North America. They're affluent and engaged audience of 10 plus million audio enthusiasts following their passion at track digitally and via NBC Sports. They have partnerships with 18 automobile OEMs, which is original equipment manufacturers, as well as 18 corporate partners, creating a rich B2B environment. Features the most technologically advanced and consumer relevant race cars in North America. Their season highlights include North America's greatest endurance races, the Rolex 24 at Daytona, and the Mobil 1 12 Hours of Sebring, with a direct connection to the 24 Hours of Le Mans. And moving on, this is NASCAR. We'll have a brief video of what it means, of what NASCAR is.
We've done business for 70 years one way. We're completely changing how we're doing that business. Really excited about what this is going to mean for our sport and the growth of our sport that's going to continue. You know what makes NASCAR unique really is our fan base. They support brands and services that are part of our sport.
Dale Earnhardt Jr. waves the green flag. The 62nd Daytona 500 is underway.
Here's the big one.
To the checker right here, you win it.
Good job, man.
And Fluffy's going to take the victory. It's a photo finish.
We are committed to our future, and we're looking forward to seeing what lies ahead for all of us.
America seemed to wake up to the far-reaching threat of the coronavirus.
COVID-19, an unprecedented night in sports.
3 of the 4 major sports leagues decided to suspend their seasons.
MLB opening day has now been pushed, and then NASCAR postponing all races through May 3rd.
Now, a network television first. A NASCAR All-Star race from the virtual Homestead Miami Speedway, delivered by iRacing. Here they come off the corner for the final time. They all but come together, and the winner is Hamlin.
Wow, what a race. What a finish. Yeah, those fans should be cheering. They saw a heck of a race.
That is incredible.
Mike, that was exciting.
After 7 agonizing weeks, NASCAR is back.
So that noise right there we've been waiting for.
We're racing today. You believe it? Finally.
Sports are back.
NASCAR's back, baby!
The moment has arrived where drivers get to strap in, fire up those engines, and get back to what they do best.
Green, green, green.
Side by side, racing back to the line.
Hell yeah, boys! Thank you guys. Awesome job.
Fans here in the stands, it's good to see you again.
Wow! Didn't see that coming.
I did not see that coming.
I don't even know what to say, man. Never give up.
I want to thank everybody out there that's kept things going while we've been trying to stay home, stay safe.
Really, really proud of you. Thank you, everybody.
All of NASCAR's drivers have rallied around Bubba Wallace. No one is white, black, brown, or yellow. They are all racers.
This is one of the most powerful, memorable races and events I've ever experienced.
Our sport must do better. Our country must do better. The time is now to listen.
Michael Jordan announced he's starting a new NASCAR Cup Series team. Bubba Wallace will be the driver.
Get yourself a deep breath. Get your mind right. Let's go to work. Green, green, green. Rolling, rolling, rolling. We ask our drivers, our competitors, and all our fans to join us in this mission.
I just love that video. It's so good, and it just really points out where we're at today and how much has changed even post-COVID. And then going into, after we've gone through kind of this shift in our company, we've had our tuned in audience, our household share for the Cup Series has been over 9% over the course of the 2020 season, which is pretty remarkable even going through COVID. And then with our Xfinity series, we're consistently the #2 motorsport on TV. And then for our Truck Series, we're a consistent performer for FS1. We also have probably one of the most excited and engaged fans. We have a bunch of visits. You can see over 200 million visits to our website. We're having a bunch of engagement with fans now on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. Our social media channels have gained over 944,000 net followers in 2021. And this includes Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube. And I think this is just really speaking to how we're engaging more with fans and how technology has affected that. Next, we have our Drive for Diversity. So part of our diversity and inclusion initiatives, we strive to create an inclusive environment in all facets of the NASCAR industry, recognizing the value of diversity, which allows us to go faster and farther in our workplaces, at the racetrack, and in the stands. Key initiatives as a part of our diversity and inclusion initiatives include our driver development program. It's an academy-style program designed to develop and train female minority drivers both on and off the track. Selected drivers compete in the ARCA Menard Series, NASCAR Advanced Auto Parts Weekly Series, and the INEX Legends Cars. Notable alumni include Bubba Wallace, Daniel Suarez, and Kyle Larson. Another program that we have is the Pit Crew Development Program. It is a comprehensive training program for female and minority pit crew members. The program is focused on instilling the fundamentals and discipline and confidence required to be a top athlete on a NASCAR pit crew, while identifying, coaching, and training student athletes who possess the skill, ability, and attitude to be successful in one of NASCAR's 3 national series. Last but not least, we have our Diversity Internship Program. It is a paid internship that seeks diverse undergraduate and graduate college students to contribute to the fast-paced NASCAR industry. It provides practical, unique, hands-on experience in a variety of fields vital to the sport and business operations. Along with our initiatives, we've seen quite an increase in our diversity and inclusion. 69% of fans say their opinion has improved because of NASCAR's D&I efforts. 57% of Hispanic fans say their interest in NASCAR has increased over the past year. This time last year, 51% of Hispanic fans said their interest had increased over the past year, so a good 6% increase. And then 92% of our fans indicate NASCAR is heading in the right direction. Here at NASCAR, we also have an unrivaled experience. 20% attendees are satisfied with the value of their ticket. First-time ticket holders to an event in the last year are more than 2 times as likely to be under the age of 35 when compared to experienced customers. And then first-time attendees have a 16% higher renewal and return intent. And we have an exciting future here at NASCAR. Avid fan likability of the next gen cars, a 4 out of 5. 2 out of 3 avid fan likability of the 2022 schedule. And it'll be interesting once we kind of see how the fans like the 2023 schedule, with adding the Chicago Street Course and continuing the Busch Light Clash at the Coliseum. 9 out of 10. Avid fans anticipate the same or more racing excitement with the 2022 schedule that we had. And then 9 out of 10 Gen Z fans think the sport is heading in the right direction. And then moving on to our audience. It's pretty safe to say that we have the most brand loyal fans in all sports. 4 out of 5 NASCAR fans believe it's important to be aware of the sport's official sponsors. And in comparison to other sports leagues, we're really high with the most brand loyal fans, 79%. That's pretty remarkable. And the NASCAR audience is most likely to try, support, and recommend their sponsors of the sport. And then if we look at our fans by the numbers, the ratios are very unique. That we have a 62% male and 38% female ratio. What kind of stood out to me was the massive national audience. We have 41% down in the south, 15% up in the north. It'll be interesting once we get more statistics about the West now that we have in the Midwest, now that we have the Chicago Street Course and the continuation of the Clash at the Coliseum. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to John Ferguson. He's going to talk about our People First culture and our HR and pay services information part of the presentation.
All right. Thank you, Brooke. Get you a sip of water. You did good. That was a lot. That was a lot to go through. So thank you. To our new hires, again, welcome. What we're going to talk about now is just one of our strategic objectives is to nurture a people-first company culture. And with that, that includes you. That includes us, everyone that make this car go around the track. So we'll